Okay, so we've been collecting riffs and riff ideas for the past however fucking long we've been doing that. So we've got a collection of riffs that is growing and it's becoming hard to manage at this point. So this is where I start to curate my ideas in my riff database. A disorganized system is no system at all. I am proof of that because my old system is basically like, yeah, I've got a bunch of riffs, but there's just in a folder. Basically, at some point I would like to put them into this system, but that's going to take a while. For now, I'm just working with what I have that's already in the database. This might seem like a lot of extra work cataloging all of this stuff, but it's really, as long as you don't let this stuff pile up, it's easy to stay on top of, because really I'm spending maybe 15 minutes a day both capturing like the voice note ideas and moving them to Cubase. That takes about 15 minutes a day for me, just because I have everything set up ahead of time. And then this curating takes maybe 10 minutes a week. So really none of this is really that time consuming. This is just kind of like something I try to keep doing regularly just to kind of keep things flowing so that I've always got a pool of ideas to pull from. If writing is important to you, then this doesn't really feel like work. It's just something that you need to do to keep on top of something that you're doing anyway. So yeah, I like to make this a weekly habit just so that I don't get behind and then it becomes a big fucking job. So now I am going to show you my process for curating my fucking little Spark demo things. So here is my database. These have already been curated. Basically what I'm doing is giving them a rating. Hopefully I have kind of forgotten what these have sounded like at this point. That's why I try to do them in batches and only once per week, because I'm hoping I kind of forget what the riff sounded like, and then I can more fairly give it a rating. So these newest two I'm probably just going to hold off on. But normally I'd be doing these in like a batch of about 7. So I'm trying to fill out the mood, just kind of like and this is all personal to me, like it doesn't actually fucking matter to anybody else. The feel, like if it's halftime, usually these end up in halftime just because that's how I usually start ideas. The style, kind of like the genre, but I'm like really bad at genres, so I probably am like mislabeling these, but this is more for my own, when I'm going through this database later, it just makes it easier for me to find things and connect certain ideas to other ideas. Almost all of my ideas start out as a percussive thing, so I almost always choose percussive and what this idea sounds like it would be good for. And that might sound like a weird thing, but it's actually kind of easy, like, oh, that riff sounds like a verse or whatever. Or sometimes it'll sound like it could be a few different things. And then that way, if I'm looking for a verse riff or whatever, or something that would work for a particular part on something that I'm working on, I can go to this database and just sort by a certain tag and find a bunch of riffs that might work for it. And then also the vibe, just like any words that come to mind, I plop those into that area there. So here we go. Let's start with the first one. Okay, yeah, that one's like, it's okay, but it's kind of fucking a little bit boring and generic. I don't know if I'll end up using it, but you know, it's fucking there. It is a riff. All right, let's grab another one. That's basically it. That's what I try to do each week. And then that way I just keeps me on top of all of these ideas. That's basically where we're at. We're just collecting ideas and curating them and ranking them so that we have something to pull from when we get hard and heavy into the production process. See you later!